Coaches come and coaches go. In this past season, men's soccer lost their longtime head coach Darren Powell, and even with his departure, his players never forget the type of guy he was.
Darren was definitely a really passionate guy.
Darren's more kind of a player manager.
He really focused on, keeping things organized. There was never really a place for, flair.
The new man in charge is former longtime assistant Chris Little, and lucky for his team, the differences are few and far in between.
They're almost one and the same. They've got a lot of same principles. They structure practice very similarly.
They kind of meshed together really well because Darren was always the super passionate one and Chris was always kind of the more logical side of things.
However many resemblances they bear, that doesn't mean the new head coach doesn't have his own approach to the pitch.
Chris Little, he's a tactician. His mind for the a soccer game is unreal. I mean, it's almost unprecedented with any other coach in college soccer.
We do a lot of video. We did a lot of video with Darren, but we probably do even more, like twice as much with Chris.
Darren, he kind of had that balance in between of player manager and tactician.
Gathering the team before a game, like showing us film, talking about how the film actually applies and how we're going to be able to use it. I think it's just one of the big differences.
Sometimes the hardest part of getting a new coach is the transition into the new year, especially for a successful team such as this soccer squad. However, Coach Little had everyone buy in early, allowing for what his staff and players claim has been a highly smooth change of the guard.
Throughout this whole thing, I think that it's hard for a coach to come in basically during the summer because you don't have the spring season to work with the players. So it's hard to gain all that kind of the family mentality that teams need through a spring season. He's kind of hurried up the process because he knows that he kind of had to because he was getting the job over this summer and he didn't really have a lot of time to work with us.
It was definitely really smooth. The majority of the team knew Chris Little from beforehand, and we were actually hoping that he was going to be the one to be brought in, and certain players, like our team captains, were actively pushing for him to be the one brought in.
This fall, he's done a great job of getting everybody to buy into one plan and to hop on board, and I think that's very rare in a coach who came as early as he did.
The transition was phenomenally easy. It's just everybody knows him. I mean, he's a really personable guy.